YouTube, what's going on, man? So let me tell y'all something real quick. So I got a message asking about my experience at Western, and let me just say I had a great time at Western, but I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I got my CDL April 2 years ago, and I was supposed to go to May, and May Trucking was like, hey, you know, unfortunately you're gonna have to start in August. And I'm like, okay, that's a no-go. Now, I've heard of Western Express before, but I went on YouTube to check out the videos, see what it was, and everybody had that problem. Everybody. And one thing I'm not gonna do is base my experience off anybody else's experience. And what I mean by that is that, literally. Sorry, that truck was truck's such a dick. These trucks are just dickheads out here. Like, if you see somebody backing up, why are you so close? Why are you so impatient? You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand. But everybody had a bad time. I can't base my experience off your experience. I gotta try it for myself, or just learn the hard way, however you want to put it, right? So they put me on the Greyhound that night and had to end up Ubering to the hotel because the shuttle, they weren't working. The shuttle number wasn't working. And the next day was orientation. You know, it was a smooth ride, no issues. The room was clean. You know, my roommate was cool. My roommate was actually on my bus. Me and two other dudes, we all Ubered together because we were all going to the Hallmark, so it wasn't a problem, right? And one of the guys that was on my bus, we ended up rooming together. He was clean. He wasn't a weird roommate. You know, I know a lot of people would try to say, oh, well, my roommate was weird. Oh, I had a bad room, bed bugs, etc. But I ain't have none of that. So I was in the flatbed division, and if you don't know, flatbed pays 48 cents per mile, and dry van pays 40 cents per mile. Flatbed is 5 days orientation, dry van is 2 day orientation. So I was there for 5 days because we had to do the low securement class, and we had to do the low securement practice, which means folding the tarps, throwing the straps over trailers, and chaining. And what I mean by throwing the traps over the trailer, so you be on the other side and you throw the straps around, right? So pretty straightforward. When you get there, you know, you do your drug test paperwork. Some people have to do like their physical or whatever. You also have to do a driving test, which was just 2 miles. It's 3 out to a truck, so 3 people will be driving, and it'll just be like literally drive on the highway, U-turn, drive on the highway, U-turn, and then back to the terminal, right? Excuse me. After that, I think I said it. If you finish your videos, then you can just chill. The first day is mainly just videos and just getting you inside the system and stuff like that. So if you finish your videos, you'll probably go back to the hotel, especially if you finish your driving test. So I, you know, did orientation. I finished my orientation on Friday at like 5, and we ended up getting back on the bus. And on the way to the bus, I got a call from my trainer, and he called me. He was like, hey man, I'll be picking you up tomorrow morning, be ready. I'm like, I bet. So packed my stuff up the night before, had my outfit ready, and he picked me up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, and we got straight to it. You know, we did Tennessee to Arkansas, Arkansas to Georgia, Georgia to Utah, Utah to Colorado. It was a whole, man, we was everywhere, man. We was everywhere, you hear me? All the way to Chino, California, up through Portland, Seattle, Oregon. Like, I seen a lot my first week of trucking, and I only had to do 70 hours. I was with my trainer for about a week and a half before we got to California after doing all our loads. And California was the stopping point for me, because I got a call saying I graduated and my truck was ready, and I said, okay, cool. One thing that you guys have to understand as well, make sure that your trainer checks you off on everything, because when I got back to the terminal, I had to do a driver test because he didn't check me off on my driving. which was weird. But me and my homie ended up dropping off at a place in downtown LA, some steel pipes or whatever, and we ended up at the same pilot, right? So he calls me like, yo, I'm gonna catch a flight back, because he had graduated the same time I did. He's like, yo, I'm gonna catch a flight back. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I'm just finna chill. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just gonna drive with him back, just cause, right? But then I thought about, I'm like, man, I could just go back and start making my money. So I ended up flying back to Nashville. We both got to Nashville. I had to do a driver test, got my truck, and I had a load right then and there, man. I had a load right then and there. Shout out to Chris Gilly, man. He did his thing, man. My first supervisor. He gave me the load right there. I ended up falling asleep because I was so tired, and then I got up in the morning, and my first load was from Temple, Tennessee to Savannah, Georgia, and then so on and so forth. But man, like, I had a great time. The pay was good. For me, I don't have kids. I didn't have any bills, so no car note, no insurance, shit like that. I went out there, so it was just me, my money. I did 10 months with them, and I had a great time. I had two dispatchers. My second dispatcher was Jordan. It was cool. My only thing is that they just don't respect home time, which means, like, I'll be out 2 months and I'll be like, hey, this is my home time right here. They'll be like, okay, cool. And I get a load going somewhere else, so I deny it. If there's a load that's going past my house in Georgia, or just any place in Georgia, I'm going home, and that load will be delivered sooner or later. So what I mean by that is, I had vacation coming up. Me and my family was going to South Carolina, and we was going to South Carolina for like 5 days, and I called off these days months in ahead. I dropped off in Norcross, Georgia. They was blowing on my phone. I was headed to the truck stop, parked my truck. Man, they were blowing on my phone. They was like, I'm gonna charge you with the abandonment of the truck. I'm like, you can't charge me for abandonment of the truck if I didn't abandon the truck. Like, long story short, I got back and everything was cool. They apologized for the misunderstanding, because I guess my dispatcher didn't relay the message or whatever. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I got a pay raise after that. And then another instance was, I was in Florida, and I had a load going to Cleveland, Ohio. And this dude was like, my fault. I was home already. He gave me a load going down to Florida. I was like, okay, cool, I'll take it, because it's going down to Florida. Shoot right back down to Florida, I'm shoot back up to Georgia. This dude gave me a load that's going to Cleveland, Ohio. That was due on Saturday, and I already had called off. It was like Thursday or whatever. And I picked up the load, and I just went home, and I delivered the load like Thursday, because why y'all playing with me? I told you I was going home. But sometimes you have to take things into your own hands, you know what I'm saying? Like when I had to fly back to Nashville, at your own expense though. So, my checks, they didn't really play with my checks. There was a time where I was driving the truck around like a car, because I had errands to run, and they did charge some fuel, which was like $150. It wasn't much, but I ended up paying for it myself. It wasn't a big deal. They ended up reimbursing me the money back on the check, because I had the receipts saying that I did that. But yeah, man, the hotel was clean, the company was cool, my trainer was okay. He was kind of schizophrenic at sometimes, but overall it was good. Don't base your experience off anybody else's experience. Keep your head down, stay focused, because you come out stronger. Everything I learned at West, I learned by myself. My trainer didn't really like teach me how to back up or anything like that, so I learned by myself. It wasn't a big deal. I'm not gonna complain, because I know what I got myself into. So if you guys just want to go to Western and you need some, I think I still got the answers to them, just let me know. Yeah, but my experience was pretty smooth. It wasn't bad at all. I'm definitely with a better company now, and I'm still gonna I'm eventually going to lease purchase in about 7 or 8 months, and I'm excited for that. That's a new journey right there. So I'm gonna keep posting my journey or my videos and stuff like that, so you guys can see. Like, subscribe, or just watch or whatever. You feel me? But yeah, y'all stay safe out there.